Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
We are the heartbeat of the Caribbean, where the music never stops. New era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
It is not in the shimmers that you wear. It's not that figure that you carry. It's the beauty that's in your eyes that flow into your heart where love resides. You want the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star. You want the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star. It is not how fine the way you move, your graceful walk and your perfect smile. It's the greatness reflected in your soul, your confidence and strength. You're beautiful. You want the universe.
Well, everybody, well, good evening to you, more or less. Yeah, time change in between here. I'd like to welcome you all, wherever you may be, all around the globe, to good old Trinidad and Tobago. We welcome everybody to Pageantry Talks. Yeah, of course, we are here with Adina Pollard Simon for Pageantry Talks. So, Adina, let me say a very special good afternoon to you. How are you doing? Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charles. Thank you for having me on this auspicious day, and to my beautiful guests in studio. Thank you as well.
Well, it's good to be here with you. Yeah, and I look forward to what's going to be taking place today. So
Yes.
it's all yours from here on. Go ahead.
Okay, this evening I must say I am very well. I would have had an excellent weekend, a bumper weekend. Looking forward to great things. And to start off this Monday, we have royalty in the house. It is a pleasure to have my pageant sisters, I should call them my pageant nieces, from the other side of the globe. Welcome to the Caribbean. I would go right into it, Charles. We have Miss Stephanie Refree. She is Elite Global International. We also have Kyla Raboksi. She is Mrs. Universal Global USA. And we also have JC Jarrell, the T Universal Global USA. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, queens. You all make me feel to just go and get my sash as well. It's an honor to have you all here. And we at Pageantry Talks, we like to have fun, right? So I would start off with the most junior queen. Again, lady, are you all hearing me? I think their mic is muted.
Yeah, well, so all you ladies, you would unmute your microphone. That would be nice.
Miss Jade, are you all hearing? I'll start off with Jade. Right. Could you by show of hands? Right. How are you? How are you, Queen? Welcome to Pageant Talks. I'm not hearing
Thank
her.
you.
Me?
Uh,
Are you hearing me?
I think
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pageantry Talks. How are you, Daisy?
I'm good. How are you?
And I'm excellent. I'm in the presence of royalty. Alright? So this is Queen's meeting the next Queen. It's good to have you all and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago by extension virtually. I hope to have you all here in person one day. But you all will see me as well. How are you today? How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm so I'm so excited to be on. I
Oh,
cannot.
okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. I would like to find out how was your journey to the crown?
Well, my journey to the crown began back in April. I was crowned and doing tons of community service back to my community, knowing what pageant queen means, helping out your community and being an inspiration to young girls and people around you. And definitely when I hit the stage at USA, I felt so confident in myself, not just because I felt that I was doing okay, but also because I know how much I've helped and uplifted others around me. And I've made so many great friends through this system. And also the girls that I was competing with, oh my gosh, we still are in touch to this day. Like we all are.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So definitely the road to my amazing. I'm so
Oh,
have this hat and wear it with so much pride.
okay. Um, Question. Next question for you. Is it your first pageant or are you a custom? Are you usually competing in pageants?
So I started pageant 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years. So my first pageant, Valentine's Day one, a long time ago. And then now I've worked my way. I'm so thankful for the people who have helped me around here with all the coaches and everyone who's uplifted me. So I want to give a big thank you to them for getting me to where I am today.
Yes, yes, you have to give it up for those persons. I can speak as a delegate, I can speak as a reigning queen, which I am. I can also speak as a director. And it's a different shoe when you are, as we say, different hat when you are in certain position. So I want to give it up for your director, Miss Susie, that's my sister from my next mother, and that's the Bonnie Ben and Pageantry. Recognizing that you have extended family overseas or any part of the universe. So, how has it been going for you since you were crowned? And what are your platform? What are the stuff that you are doing to keep reigning right at this point in time?
Everything has been going so amazing. I've been getting to volunteer on stash at so many places. I just got back recently presenting Universal Global USA, so that was definitely a lot of fun. And my platform, I have two. One is called Bent But Not Broken. Bent But Not Broken is a platform that encourages for scoliosis. And when I was young, elementary, been able to catch it, then they would have been able to on it. But sadly, my like an S, and a lot of
Okay.
those are. So I've
Okay.
been a county nurse, and I have another one called the where I urge people in our out and give their community, and not only because obviously it's amazing and it brings so many people together, but the friendships I have made from all over West Virginia and all over USA. I've made so many great friends through community service work, volunteering, animal shelter, and it's very important that we all come together as a community in such dark times. Mm,
It's mute. Are you all hearing me? I'm very glad to hear. Well, but I will come back to you. I would like to go to Kyla. Right? I would like her to introduce herself. I'll come right back to you, JC. Thanks for the information. So I have some interaction I would like to do with you all. So I'm giving you all a chance to express. Kyla, is this your first pageant? Good evening to my sister Queen.
So my first pageant was actually when I was 15, but this was my first national pageant that I had competed in.
Okay. Adina, you frozen?
I'm here. Can everyone hear me?
Here.
Yeah, we hear you very well. I'm just kind of losing Adina a little bit here.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'm here. I believe it's the network.
Yeah, I think that your network is giving a little trouble.
Yes, sorry, ladies. I'm back to Kyla. Um, you know, the insights into pageantry. Everyone has a different view. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can.
Right. Everyone has different views of pageant, whether it's international, whether it's national, whether it's community, right? I mean, I would have gone, I'm in the business 25 years of pageantry, and I'm very passionate about it. But I'm saying this to ask you, what if you had to give someone an advice on pageantry? What would be your words to them?
So I will tell you on a personal note, I actually started pageantry to help boost my self-esteem and my confidence. So my advice is if you are looking for something to, build your self-confidence or build your self-esteem or anything of that sort, I think pageantry is definitely the way to go. It makes you step out of your boundaries that you're not used to, such as standing on, doing the runway, doing interviews, things like that. So I actually started last year as Mrs. Pennsylvania Universal Global, and I received first runner up last year. And this year I went back to nationals, and I actually became the title holder of Mrs. Universal Global USA. So definitely in the past 2 years, I've worked on my self-confidence, my self-esteem. So that would be my advice.
Right. So what has it been like in terms of, are you employed, do you work, and the family support? How is the support system for you being a title holder? Because I like to ask this question. Sometimes I know it's very challenging if you are a mom, if you are working, if you're pursuing a career, if you are studying. How do you balance all that? And what is the support like in terms of family, friends, your network? How is it?
So I am not employed. I am a stay-at-home mom for the past 7 years. My youngest son actually has a lot of medical conditions. So it's a little easier for me to be a stay-at-home mom to tend to him. As far as balancing goes, I would say that the easiest thing to do is, I actually am old school, so I like a paper calendar, a paper schedule. And I just look for opportunities for volunteering, making appearances, things like that. And I kind of make it work around my schedule to see what works best. Now, that doesn't always happen. So you kind of have to say, okay, how much time am I going to give to the pageant? And then also how much time can I give to my family? And you kind of have to make it balance and make it work for what your needs are and what your family needs are.
All right. I'm seeing you're representing your organization very well. Interesting answer. At this point, thank you so much, Kyla. I'll come right back to you as well. I would like to give Ms. Stephanie an opportunity and welcome to Pageantry Talks. I like to call persons like Miss Stephanie the gems in pageantry because I am correct if I say that you are the mature lady You all are the ladies who pass on knowledge. Miss Stephanie, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Pageantry Talks. It's an honor to have you here. I feel so special with you
Thank
all. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule because I know how it is when you have a crown and you have to reign in your personal life. My question to you is, how long have you been in pageantry? If so, and what is your experience behind the scenes on the stage for the lead up of the final night?
So I entered the pageantry world, and thank you so much for having all of us. It's so nice to meet you guys. I entered pageantry when I was 14. So that was a long time ago. I am the senior. I'm in the elite division. So I will just be honest. I am 58 years old. I turned 58 right before the last national pageant. I am a proud mom of three boys and a lolly of three granddaughters. So best of both worlds. I got into pageantry, like I said, when I was 14, junior Miss North Carolina and Miss Greensboro. And then I went off to school as a teenager, mid adult, and never even thought about it again until I was in my 50s. And a friend of mine told me, girl, you should get back into pageantry. So I thought, I'm too old for that. Plus, I'm short. So I'm only 5'2". And I thought, I'm too old and I'm too short. No, I'm not. I literally have had the best time over the last 5 or 6 years re-engaging with so many sister queens. And that is not a cliche at all. We are truly friends outside of our everyday lives. We connect with each other. We see each other at other events, and it has brought our worlds together. Many of my sister queens, we have special meetings that we connect offline, online. We have a FaceTime each other. This world has brought such amazing women of likeness to my world, and I am so grateful. You asked me behind the scenes. Yes, I am motherly. Because I am a mom. So I do tend to gravitate to the younger girls and try to support them. And not just the younger girls, but all of the girls, because I'm a mama bear and I want them all to succeed and to have fun. This is an amazing journey, and we have to remember to support each other and enjoy it while we're doing it.
Yeah, I was very happy. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm happy to hear this coming from you. And you are not 50, you are 58 years young, right? That's why I left you for. It's interesting to hear persons like you. I mean, even though I'm in the industry, I didn't start off like you, or for persons who would have done it. 14, I started in my 20s, right? I'm also a mother of three young men, right? They're grown, and I'm also a grandma. I like to say glamour for beautiful angels. I know it's interesting, and I heard you said something which is I am seeing some of myself in each one of you all. I am one of the persons I always, whether I win or I come first runner up, I always get miscongeniality because most of the times in the pageant, women will gravitate towards you, ladies. So, we have this, I call it kindred spirit, where you have the younger ones, not so young, mature, persons like each one of us contributed a positively. So I was happy to hear that. Um, and don't ever think, because I know of ladies right in the USA who are older than you in pageants, right? One of my former directors, she entered close to her 70s. Yes. So it's good to hear. I'm always looking up to everybody. I know it's not an easy journey. Um, my One of my questions to you, Stephanie, would be a little different to the others because of your maturity, right? You said that you did it, you stopped, and you was encouraged again, and you decided to do it. Where do you see yourself as a title holder now? What's the next step? Because there's a journey to the crown, then there's a journey whilst you are reigning, because you all are reigning, and there's a journey after the crown. Do you have any plans or what's in the pipeline? Can you share?
Yes. So this journey has been such a huge blessing for me. My granddaughter, who is now 4, was born deaf. So my platform has been American Society for Deaf Children. And through that platform, and I'm a nurse practitioner by trade, through that platform, I've been able to bring the Deaf Society and especially children and parents of deaf kids an awareness and assistance through their healthcare journey. I work full time at a health information company, but then 1 week in a month, I'm on a helicopter where I do pediatric life flights. So I'm very engaged in the pediatric arena and bringing that additional support and knowledge, because to parents that can't hear, healthcare is scary. Healthcare is scary to folks that know what's going on. But when you have a deficit like hearing or speech, that just adds a whole nother layer to that. So I've been extremely blessed in being able to use my pageantry platform to recently go to Bermuda and meet a lot of individuals building a new school. I've been to, and being an international title holder, that's perfect. So I got to work some vacation in there as well. And a lot of awareness just for healthcare and specifically for pediatrics.
Wow, this is interesting. Each one of you all, what I'm impressed with, each one of you have your platform. And I always tell people, when I started, even to now, because 25 years is a lot, to now, I have been consistent. And, when I hear people say, oh, platform is this and platform is that, it's interesting to hear what you are bringing to the table. And I really hope I can do something with you all on an international level, because I could, you all are universal. You all are, trust me, you all are representing your director, your brand, your title. I'm really proud of you all, and I really have to say that I can't emphasize enough. You said something earlier. I would have heard Tyler said it as well, and JC. The connection, the bond. Because for me, most of my contact, my network, I would have built a relationship on a universal, it's all on a universal, through pageantry, even at my local, national community. But I would have started off at a community level. And it's very interesting to hear you reiterate that, Stephanie. I give you kudos for that. But at this point, I want to just pause for a bit, and I want to hand over to Mr. Suchal. We'll take a break for a few seconds, and I'll come right back to you, lady.
It is not how fine the way you move, your graceful walk and your perfect smile. It's the greatness reflected in your soul. Your confidence and strength make you beautiful. You want the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright like a star. You want the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. at how fine the way you move. Your graceful walk and your perfect smile. It's the greatness reflected in your soul. Your confidence and strength make you beautiful. You're one in the universe. You stand for pride and grace. Beautiful woman you are. You're shining bright.
And of course, that is what you do. You shine bright like a star right here at Pageantry Talk with Adina, right here on New Era TT Radio, and of course, Gal Caribbean. So, Adina, we are back with you.
Thank you, Sir Charles. Ladies, that gentleman you are hearing in the background, he is the CEO for New Era TT Radio, and he's also my sponsor. I have to give him kudos as well for being here with me every Monday that I host the show. He's a darling. Ladies, I'm also trying to get him into pageantry, trying to coax him. So probably you all can give him some tips as well to enter. I have to compliment you ladies. You all look very regal. You all look like queens. I am pleased. I'm so sorry. I didn't bring my crown and my sash as well. You all make me feel like it's the night of the show. So I'm going to throw out a question for you all ladies. Um, I would like all three of you to answer in any particular order. The jitters, the night, backstage on the final night. Or I would like to also find out what was the different categories. Not the age group, but the categories and how were you all nervous? Were you all excited? I know it's a mixture sometimes, but I would like to hear from each one of you what was your experience backstage on your final night. Or even before, previously, if you had a preview, an interview before, how was it? So any one of you can go first. Tracy, you can give me your answer.
So the backstage of the first night, well, the crowning moment, the big day, was very exciting. It was also kind of a little sad because where I'm from, West Virginia, and I came so far to Florida to be with all of these amazing girls. You know, I just knew that after I never get to see them in person again, unless I know we became such good friends. We had plans to go out for dinner that night, and it didn't end up happening because the pageant was over a little too late. We had to sign contracts, but backstage, me and the girls were just holding each other's hands and exchanging our socials, and definitely talking about what food we were going to go get after. Definitely the food.
Okay, that's I love that. Kyla, how was it for you?
So it's a little nerve-wracking right before you get caught up on stage. But, whether you actually, receive or win the title that you're competing for, you're all there for each other. You love each other, you support each other, you make lasting friendships and bonds with each other. And just like JC said, we travel from all over the country. I'm from Pennsylvania, so obviously I travel pretty far to Florida as well. But every time we go to an outing or to an event, or we go to nationals or a state pageant, you meet someone new, and everybody has a story that they want to be heard or they want to tell, and they have their platform, and everybody is just there to listen, and like I said, just to support each other. So it doesn't matter who wins. It's a great feeling when you win, but ultimately you're there just to support each other, and you're happy for whoever wins anyway.
Mary, I am pleased with your answer, just as well as JC. Stephanie, could you give me your feedback as well?
Yes. So I agree with what JC and Kayla both said, indeed. And, this year was a little somber at our nationals because we had lost a former queen. So while we were all very excited to see each other and spend time, those of us that knew our dear friend, our former pageant queen, we were, it was a little somber because we did miss her. We know she's in a much better place, so that gives us all great strength for sure. But the relationships that you're able to build backstage, while yes, you're competing against others, but that is absolutely irrelevant. And backstage, there's some giggling, there's some hand holding, there's some tears, but there is a lot of talk about food. I think we were all starving.
Yes.
Ah, Stephanie, I laugh because what you say, I think every pageant goes through this experience. Even though it's a mix of emotions, you're hungry. Very hungry. And I like how you make a joke about it. That because you have the children, the excitement is building. You just have to wait it out, as I say. But there's something that I have, and I want to encourage you all. You all are free because I am. And you talked about the lady. You have so rest in peace, that queen. I follow your pages, the director, and I would have been aware of it. I follow each one. I have taken notes. I take notes of pageants and all of that. I would have had one of my queens as well, a former queen who would have come to represent. Unfortunately, I was not there, but I have been visiting the US over 29 years now. So I'm hoping that when I come, I can see you all. I know you all are in different states, but I have something called push the button, right? And that is something that I did off of pageantry. So I call it my sisters, I call it my pageant nieces, even the guys, um, all of us, I consider belongs to a royal court because we are royalty. And that push the button is in the event, I heard Casey said it, I heard Kyla, and you all said you all express the same thing. It's always good to know you have a pageant sister that you can call on because sometimes you don't know who to turn to. And because we are in the same organization or we are going to compete, it's a number of things. You can push that button. So I want to share that with you all. My name is on Facebook, Adina Pollard Simon. You will see me on a bike. Yes, I love bikes. You will see the because I do multiple stuff. You'll just message me and I will also pass it on to the director. I will explain you all off air what is push the button. I believe and I know that you're needed because I heard Carlos said it, Jason said it, it's always an emotional stuff. You said it as well. When it's time to depart. And you all have so many states in America. With us, if I go to Caribbean, we're a twin island republic. I can probably go to the next island and see how much minutes in a plane or with a boat. It's going to take 2 hours. It's quicker. I have sisters in other parts of the Caribbean because I have done Caribbean regionally and internationally. So, persons who have the different titles that you have, I know it's challenging. Sometimes you want to meet up with a sister, but you have to study, the flight, the hours. If you are going by your case, it takes the bus and train. We use to have train. So just push a button, I'll explain you what it means. And you have to probably form your own stuff because I like to be original, right? I'm really happy that you all are here, honestly. I am so excited to meet the rest of the family, but I'm having fun with you all. So I'm going to do a little twist with you all this evening. Normally I ask the questions. So I want to know if any one of you have any questions to me this evening. Would you all like to ask any questions?
In all of your experience in pageantry, what would be your advice to someone who's competing?
Kyla, I'm hearing you partly. Could you repeat the question again?
In all of your years of experience, what would be your advice that you would give to someone who's competing?
All right. So my advice is always be your authentic self, right? Being authentic will get you through stuff. Despite the nerves, don't ever try to be anybody else but yourself. However, while being your authentic self, it's important to grasp and learn what is being taught to you so you can help you to develop into a better person overall. Because I look when I get questions like, what do I get out of Pageantry? Personal development is for me. So your authenticity, which is very important, developing, grasping why you are going, and also adding it to your personal life, where it will help you to look at things from a holistic point of view. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Any other question? JC or Stephanie, feel free. Shoot questions at me.
What has been your favorite part about competing?
Okay, thanks. Wasn't expecting that part, but I appreciate it. I'm a delegate, and I'm a former queen, and I am a reigning queen at present as well. It was interesting that you asked that question because I don't usually get it, but I always say the person who I train, so I train as well. For me, over the years, the favorite part of pageantry is the evening gown. I love to see myself and other ladies. I mean, I like the other categories, mind you, but the evening gown for me is the creme de la creme. You get to look like a queen dressed up and also feel the royalty that is on that night. Thank you. Any other questions?
I want you to tell me your favorite. I know you said you've been doing pageants for a long and directing. I want to know your funniest pageant story, the funniest one you can think of.
Oh my God, there's so much. Jesse, you put me on the spot. We all have a story, right?
Yes,
Okay,
everybody has pageant.
I'll share one. I
Okay.
have a saying in our country. I have a saying, what happens at the party stays in the party, right? You all will be able to relate to that. But there's one that I could share. In 2019, I had to represent my country, Trinidad and Tobago, in Houston, Texas. However, there were more than one title. So I wouldn't call the state, but it was one of my sister queens, right? She played a prank on me because I was grieving. But it would turn out to be so funny because, we're preparing for pageant. It was just the night before the pageant. So it's like, okay, I got a phone call, and I want to come downstairs. But I was like, we just left rehearsals. You understand? The rest I can't say what it is she said, but it was so funny because you always have to be ready, right? I was sharing the room with Miss USA. I mean, God bless her. We are still sisters today, right? After it's 6 years and a half. So she was like, no, Adina, you don't have to go down. So I said, no, the phone was running. So I hustled up, put my sash crown and ran down the elevator. When I reached downstairs, nobody was there. No one was there. And it's like, is it the right room? Because we all had. Lo and behold, when I reached back upstairs to my room, everybody sat in my room laughing at me. And we just had to do that. So, but it's the way in which she did it. She was very stern. Director said, come downstairs now. You need to. When I reached down, no one was there. So I can share that one. The others I have to keep to myself. But thanks for asking. I never got that question.
Yeah.
You have a lot of experience in pageantry, and that's the good thing. Being able to laugh at it, make fun, and this is how we create memories that will last for a lifetime. We have a network of sisters. So I'm going to ask you back that question, JC. What was your
Oh,
most?
good.
In fact, I want all three of you to give me all funny. So, JC.
I love to laugh. I love to make even if you're nervous backstage, if like everyone knows if you're nervous backstage, come talk to me. Everybody knows that because I will make you laugh, giggle. I will take your nerves away. I have so many stories. Oh, goodness. One of my funniest stories, though, was actually with my brother. And I was getting ready before a pageant, and we were just in my hotel room. And I go into the closet to get my evening gown. I'm like, I need to find it. Like, I need to get ready. I open the closet, and it's not there. And I'm like, there's no way I just left my evening gown. I was freaking out when I tell you. I was like on the verge of a panic attack. And then I hear the bathroom door open, and I look over, and guess who's walking out of the bathroom with my dress on? I'm serious. And there he is, standing there, and he looks at me and he'll go, and he starts posing at me. And I was like, take it off. That was definitely one of my most memorable ones.
That is nice to hear. I mean, even though I know you up, it's okay that you can laugh about it after because you wouldn't be expecting someone to be
I
in
know.
your
He never fails to make me laugh. He always keeps me on my.
That's good because pageantry, you are supposed to be on your
Yeah.
toes, supposed to be prepared for the next step. And that's something I am glad you brought that up, Tracy. I'm glad that you touched on that. Because that's something I always tell my potential queens, my delegates, always be prepared for the next surprise. Because things can change. And I'm seeing from you speaking, you are experiencing that. So thanks for sharing that. Kyla, you have any moment that you can share?
I'm not sure that I really have any funny moments, more so than just being with my sister queens. And we also have kings as well in this pageant system. I would say for this year, I definitely bonded with the kings a little bit more, just because we had so many of them. However, you bond with everybody. Everybody has a story, and you just want to tell everyone. So.
I'm glad to hear you say that because yes, I am aware. I give it up to the kings, and I hope I can get a title holder king to come at the next interview. It's very interesting to hear that. It's good because most times we have to be realistic. Pageantry is dominated by females, right? And what I'm seeing has been evolving now is the younger men. These babies, they are coming and they are blossoming into young, beautiful women. But it's always good to see the men, the kings, come on board. So I will move to Stephanie. Stephanie, do you have any to share? Okay, to share?
Yeah, I have one that was during last year's pageant. I was competing for the USA title, and I was doing a comedic monologue. And after my monologue, several people that were in the audience came up to me and had commented that they thought I was being serious. My monologue opened and I was in a wedding gown and I threw the bouquet at my husband who was in the audience and I started screaming at him. Again, it was a comedic monologue. I'm glad they thought I was serious, but I wasn't. They thought I was really yelling at my husband about this. And I was like, and then they were like, girl, that was really good. You had us. So it was funny.
And that's the thing with pageantry. You get to see different sides of you know yourself as a delegate aspiring to be a queen, and it's good because monologues to me are always deep. They're supposed they are impressive. But that was good. You probably could go into acting. I know you're directing to the relevant agency. And that's the thing with you all. I have to give kudos again to Miss Husfield. Susie is such a girl. She's a very hardworking person. I know that behind the scenes. It's nice that you all have connects with agencies beside modeling. You have so many opportunities that, and that's what I said about it. Sometimes they can never tell who's watching, who's listening. And you can be the next, because I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a few of you all on billboards, right? I'm seeing personal advertising being booked. It's very good. All right. And here you all have, I really like to wish that as you all continue, and I like to say reign supreme, because you all are representing, right? We are all doing our part in different ways. But it's nice to see that you all are very adamant, you all are consistent. I'm seeing the loyalty, right? I'm seeing so much positive things out of you all. But I want to shy away from, I don't like to say negative, I like to say challenges. And this question is for each one of you. I will start with JC. What has been your most challenging experience in this pageant before you were crowned? What was the most challenging stuff that you had to deal with in your thing, and you were able to overcome it, and now you can share this story? So, JC, that's for you first.
Most challenging experience of this amazing pageant and this amazing journey for me is definitely going to have to be, I don't like to say anything negative, but definitely going to have to be involved with some not very kind people who kept trying to bring me down and kept trying to tell me I wasn't good enough and tried to keep me away and shy from my dreams. It got to the point where I was not going to compete before the pageant. I was not going to compete. And, you know, through this pageant, I have met, and I decided to go. I decided they were not ruin this for me. I'm not going to throw away my dreams because people don't see me as worthy, because I see myself as worthy. So obviously Kayla, she was definitely like my number one through this with her. She's helped me so much. And especially my family and my mom, my brother never failing to make me laugh in the darkest times. I went and I gave it my all, and I was able to meet what true sisterhood was, and to represent this crown after going through so much. It's definitely been very hard, but it was also very worth it.
I will give my answer because I want to sum it up. But Casey, I want to tell you, I know words can be very, people think words can't do anything, but I have seen it in pageantry. Words can be very crippling, whether it's negative or positive. And I wouldn't say it's anything negative that you are sharing. That is your test that you went through, and now it can become a testimony to other ladies. And Tyler, I give it up to you for being a very supportive sister queen. So, Casey, that's the stuff I like to hear. I am very realistic because we know we all go through stuff in some form or fashion. But I have gone through a lot, and that's why I can relate to you all. I am being called a veteran. That's how I got the name Queen, right? But I'm human. We are all human first, and these experiences only help to even make you stronger. So with your experience, Casey, sometimes, probably in the making, you'll be able to assist your next sister, right? And Tyler, power to you. So I'd like to hear yours as well, if you have any. Tyler?
So I would say one of the challenges that I've experienced in the past 2 years that I've been with this pageant system is actually where I live in my community, my state. Pennsylvania is just not a big pageant state. So when I came out and I told, my community and my family and my friends, you know, you do have people who will support you. And then you have others who are kind of like, not really sure about the pageant world. But you know, just like JC said, you know, you do it for yourself. And that was a big part for me, was building my self-esteem, building my self-confidence, and I wanted to do it for myself. And then once I realized what I wanted my platform to be, then it just went off from there, because it was no longer about me, but it was more about my platform and bringing awareness to it, and trying to get legislation to change some laws, things like that. So it's a little challenging when you don't have the support, but you do find your own group. And like JC said, it's your pageant sisters, it's your director, it's I've gone to Susie about, you know, a personal thing that was going on in my life, and she was a huge support system. So, I mean, they literally become your family, your second family, and it's just a great thing.
Okay, kudos to your director. I know directors don't have an easy job. Kudos to your family, your pageant family. I always say pageant family is an extension of your biological family. And it's nice. Sometimes we bond more closely with our pageant, because going through pageant, trust me, it's not an easy one. As to reiterate what Jason would have said. All right, and you coming from a community, as you said, trust me, I encourage every pageant queen. I'm working on mine, and I will release it soon. To do a pageant memo, right? Look back on your journey, even if you don't want to make it public. Look at those times when you would have gone through your stuff, and I am sure, because I'm hearing growth, I'm hearing a lot of positive stuff. You know, as I said, when they pelt you with stones, take these stones and build a wall, right? So that you can step on it. So it's very nice to hear that you sing. You sing, Stella. Stephanie, I would like to hear if there was any for you and how you dealt with it.
So mine is a little different, and it's kind of personal. During pageant prep, we all like to practice our walk and make sure that we look very elegant, etc., for our evening wear and or any optionals that we may be doing. Well, a few weeks before the pageant, I was playing, and you shouldn't do cannonballs in 3 feet of water. I did, and I broke my ankle. I didn't just break my ankle, I shattered my fibula and my tibula. I didn't share that necessarily with a lot of people during the pageant, because I was very determined. I was going to be there. I was going to walk in my heels as much as I possibly could, and I was going to look very elegant as much as I could. Walking was a challenge. Walking in platform heels was not a pleasant challenge, but it got done. There were a lot of pictures, and JC and Kayla probably can attest to this. There are some pictures that I'm in flats. There are some pictures that I don't have any shoes on. But that was why I had to overcome lack of confidence and not being able to walk, and a lot of pain. But it got done.
Wow. Stephanie, I have to give you kudos for that, because that is something that you don't usually get. I know of someone, and I have platform shoes, so I know it's not an easy journey to attempt. I cannot even begin to imagine the state that you were in. But each one of you have overcome something. And these are stories that, for me, that makes and gives me motivation. Because they are words I live by. I aspire to inspire, motivate, educate before I expire. Right? And these that you just share there, Stephanie, I really would love to meet you all in person because I mean we could do some stuff together. But as I said, in the meantime, I need you all to contact me so we can do that push a button. It's very this is a story we need to share because on that note, I want to share something with you all. Because I'm asking you all, and I use myself as an example. With the years of experience in pageantry, person would ask me, are you nervous? And I know, how do you do it? You look so confident. Hell yes, I am nervous all the time. I just master a way of masking how I do it, right? Because I'm human. People will say, oh, she's a custom. She's supposed to be this and that. You are human. Because you never tell what the judges will be coming with, what is coming, even though you have training. But we all find a way to do it in competition. However, in 2019, and Sir Charles could attest to this, because he's there, there's a number of people in my community, an extension, the nation. I would have lost my husband whilst preparing for an international pageant. And it was not a normal death to say he was sick. He was murdered. And most people told me, Dana, you are crazy. A lot of people expected me to pull out of the pageant. Even the directors gave me the opportunity. Why I'm talking about this is to attest to what Stephanie just said. JC had Tyler to rely on. Tyler bonded. You all have a bond that is unbreakable. And if it was not for the grace of God, because I always tell people it doesn't matter your religious background, your status, right? He is the supreme being over everybody and everything. And I had a network of people who encouraged me. People keep saying, but are you sure? I had a team behind it. I told them I am going to continue. I have no regrets. It was hard. I'm not going to say it was easy. It was hard because sometimes I had to do television interviews. And just before it, I had to be wiping tears because I'm grieving. And somebody said to me, Adina, you are mad. How do you compete in a pageant and be grieving? And let me tell you something. The reason I'm saying this is to encourage you, right? Each one of you. I did it. And by the grace of God, I walked away with Miss Plus Intercontinental Humanitarian title. I also won social media. Social media shocked me the most because I had to compete with South Africa, and all these larger countries, and I didn't believe that I had so much influence. Why am I saying all this? Again, I emphasize to encourage you. Take my story, take what Stephanie just. Each one of us has something to pull from each other. And these are challenges that helps to make us better women, better queens. So please, it is fun. I had fun. I'm definitely going to bring you all back again. All right. As deputy director, I love you all. I thank you for taking time. I know different states are different times. So I hope I didn't keep you all back from anything, but I love you all. And when I said love you all, take note. Go on Facebook, send me that message, and we will start that push button. So thank you all so much for presenting the brand. Thank you. And really, really, as I say, love you all.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
well, to Charles for this interesting evening. I definitely will be replaying this. You all can feel free to share it on your different platforms and tag me, send friend requests, and that's how we continue our network. I'm definitely going to share this and bring you all back. Thanks so much for being a part of Pageantry Talk on Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies, love you all. Yes.
Everybody, of course, we're going to be good for this afternoon inside the Pageantry Talks. Yes, keep it right here on the Era TT Radio.
your graceful walk, and your perfect smile. It's a greatness reflected in your soul. Your confidence and strength